Good morning. Yesterday, I had discussed about Rangpur Rebellion of 1783. Today, I would discuss another topic, that is Chuar Rebellion 1798 to 1799. Before discussing about it, a few suggestions I would like to give to my dear students. That is, when you will attend my class in YouTube, please get ready with your pen and pencil, and copy, so that important information when I will impart, important questions when I will tell you, so that you may write then and there. It would be useful for you. Now then, please come for the lecture of Chuar Rebellion. Before discussing about it, few terms are there which we have to understand. We will use these terms at the time of my lecture. First and foremost, the term Chuar comes. I have written, you may note down from there. First and foremost, the term which we will deal with, that is Chuar. What is Chuar? What do you mean by the term Chuar? The answer is Chuar. They were a wandering tribe. They were loitering here and there in the search of food and shelter. If we go to know the meaning of, if we go to see the lexical meaning, dictionary meaning of Chuar is uncivilized, people. They were uncivilized people. The meaning of the Chuar is uncivilized people. After that, if we go to see the interpretation of an English author, what he said that the people of Bakura, Birbhum, Manbhum, Dalbhum and Chotanagpur area, they are called Chuar. They were uncivilized people, as I have already told you just now. After that, in Bengali, for Chuar, or the people of Manbhum, Bakura, Birbhum, Dalbhum, in Bengali, this tribe was known as, or they call, the Bengali people call them Char, C-H-A-R, Char. They also call them pigs, P-I-G-S, pigs. That means suar. They used to call them pigs. And thus the term from Char to Chuar, the term has been used here. And we are seeing this rebellion. After that, another, actually in our syllabus, the Chuar Rebellion of 1798 to 1799 has been incorporated, and we have to deal with that. But altogether, there were 7 Chuar rebellions, 7 Chuar revolts. The period of 7 Chuar revolts, it's written over there, 1768 to 1832. Between this, during this period of 64 years, 7 Chuar revolts had taken place. And we will discuss about Chuar Rebellion of 1798 to 1799. The Chuar Rebellion, which is included in our syllabus, at the time of this Chuar Rebellion, in Bengal, the Governor General, who was the Governor General? At that time, the Governor General, Lord Wellesley. Lord Wellesley was the Governor General at that time. Okay, and his period, the period of Lord Wellesley was 1798 to 1805. Now let us know a few informations about Lord Wellesley. Lord Wellesley was a person who had introduced the subsidiary alliance in the year 1798. It was Lord Wellesley during his tenure, during his period as Governor General in Bengal. The fourth Anglo-Mysore War, which had taken place in the year 1799, had taken place, and Tipu Sultan became martyred. He was killed in the battlefield in 4th Anglo-Mysore War. He was killed on 4th May 1799. After that, now another term will be used, Jungle Mahal. What do you mean by Jungle Mahal? Actually, the areas of Bakula, the areas of Birbhum, the area of Dalbhum, the area of Manbhum, and the area of Midnapur, and the area of Chota Nagpur. These areas are called Jungle Mahal. About Jungle Mahal, we will see about Jungle Mahal when this Chuar rebellion was iron-handedly subdued, suppressed. Okay, so British government, colonial government, in the year 1805, they had named this area Bengal, Bakula, Birbhum, Manbhum, Dalbhum, Midnapur, Chota Nagpur area. They had put together and called these areas Jungle Mahal officially in the year 1805 by the regulation 18. By the regulation 18, they had called these areas Jungle Mahal officially by the colonial government. After that, another term is here, that is Durjan Singh. Durjan Singh was the leader of Chuar rebellion of 1798 and 99. He was the leader. Who was Durjan Singh? Durjan Singh was a zamindar. Okay, and we will discuss about Durjan Singh later today when we will discuss in details about Chuar rebellion. Afterwards, now another thing arises here, that what was the area of Chuar rebellion where it spread. So the area that you will also find in your book, southwest Bakula district and in northwest Midnapur district. In these areas, the Chuar rebellion of 1798 and 1799, it spread. After that, another term we will see, permanent settlement system. What is permanent settlement system? We will discuss about permanent settlement system. Actually, permanent settlement system was introduced by the then Governor General, Lord Cornwallis. And yesterday I had already discussed that the period of Lord Cornwallis was 1786 to 1793. And in the year 1793, date 22nd March, here I have told you 1793, Lord Cornwallis had introduced permanent settlement system in Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. Okay, and in permanent settlement system, one system was there, sunset law. Sunset law means that the zamindars who were given the responsibility to collect the revenue and deposit to the account of or treasure of British government, zamindars were given the land, given the plots of the land. So they were given some stipulated fixed time of submitting the collected amount to the treasure of the British government. That is stipulated time, that is known as sunset, and the law is known as sunset law. Okay, after that we will see that what were the causes of the Chuar rebellion. The causes, question may be asked, you may note down in your copy that what were the causes of the Chuar rebellion. It may be asked for 2 marks. Generally in model question I have seen, this question is asked for 2 marks. Okay, so what were the causes of the Chuar rebellion? Number 1 cause we will see, seizure of Pakan land. Seizure of Pakan land. Now another question, the another term, Pak. What is Pak? P-A-I-K. Pak. What is Pak? Actually Pak, during the Mughal period, the people of Bengal, that means Manbhum, Birbhum, Bakula, the people of these areas who were working under Mughals as security guard, who used to maintain the law and order, they were given one facility. The people of Bakula, Manbhum and all, Pak. Okay, Pak. They were called Pak. Okay, they were given one very important facilities. They could use the resources of forest. For example, fruits, roots, trees, all these facilities they were given. They could use that. Okay, so they were the packs. Okay, and zamindar, when the zamindari system introduced in Bengal, so these, these packs were given when they were working under the zamindar as who maintained the law and order, or as the security guard. Okay, they were not given the salary. Okay, in place of salary, they were given the land, rentless land, revenue-less land. Over there, they had not to pay these chuars. They had not to pay the rent on that land. Okay, so this rentless land is known as Paikan land. I'm sorry, Paikan, Paikan land. One question may be asked to you: what do you mean by the term Paikan land for 1 marks? The answer is rentless land in return of the salary given by the zamindars is known as Paikan land. So when British government, when the colonial government started in India, so on Paikan land, which was rentless land, British government imposed the rent or revenue on that Paikan land. So the Chuars became angry. Okay, and ultimately they started the revolt, which came to be known as Chuar rebellion of 1798, 1799. After that, number 2 cause, if we go to see, that is incessant increment of land revenue. Zamindar, as I've already named just now, Durjan Singh, he was a zamindar. So many zamindars were there. Zamindars, they accepted the land. They accepted the land by the permanent settlement system. Yesterday I had also discussed Ijaradari system and Rangpur revolt of 1783. I had discussed it. Ijaradari system was first introduced by Warren Hastings in the year 1773. It was Warren Hastings who had cancelled the dual government of Robert Clive. Okay, Robert Clive, and we know very well Robert Clive's double government had caused the famine of Bengal 1770. In my previous class, I have already discussed that it was because of the double government Bengal famine had taken place, and there's a very good book written by W. Hunter. The name of the book is Annals of the Rural Bengal. In this book, he had sketched the picture of the famine of Bengal of 1770. After that, this Ijaradari system, revenue was not fixed. The rate of the revenue was fluctuating. But as far as the permanent settlement is concerned of Cornwallis, here rate of revenue or rent of land was fixed. It was fixed. Okay, so this fixed amount was also fluctuating here. British government or colonial government, they demanded different rate of revenues from zamindar. Okay, zamindar became exhausted. They became hopeless, and in that state they started Chuar rebellion 1798-99. After that, third heading, if we go to see, harmful sunset law. I have discussed here in permanent settlement system that the plots of the lands were given to the zamindar through auction. The highest bidder zamindars were given the responsibility of the land. Okay, and they used to collect the land, and after collecting the revenue from the farmers, some stipulated or fixed time was given to the zamindar that you would pay. For example, today, suppose that today is 21st April. So 21st April, the zamindar had to deposit the collected amount before the sunset. Okay, sunset. So sometimes zamindars became defaulter. They could not submit. They could not deposit the collected amount to the treasury of the government, and in result, the zamindar had to lose the lands. So they also became aggrieved. They also became disappointed and hopeless. And in that state, the zamindars also started the Chuar rebellion. So these were the three causes. After that, now another question arises: how it began? What was how it began? How the Chuar rebellion started? So answer is Durjan Singh. Durjan Singh, I have already told you. One question may be asked to you in MCQ, that who was the leader of Chuar rebellion of 1798 to 1799? Okay, the answer is Durjan Singh. Durjan Singh was the zamindar. Okay, so when the land British government or colonial government had informed Durjan Singh that as you have become the defaulter, could not pay, could not deposit the stipulated amount, okay, and as per the sunset law, your land would be confiscated, it would be seized by us. Okay, so hearing this, Durjan Singh had united 2,000 or collected, assembled 2,000 Chuars, and after collecting with the help of 2,000 Chuars under the leadership of Durjan Singh, they had gone and attacked the officers of British government, colonial government. They had also ransacked the offices, markets, and it is also reported that the market was put on ablaze, it was put on fire. Okay, so it is said that the Durjan Singh's land could not be seized because of that violence. Okay, but ultimately English had taken very prompt action, and the Chuars, they were very badly beaten by the soldiers of British. Okay, and this revolt or this rebellion, Chuar rebellion, became failure. Okay, in spite of its failure, we see some other good points are there. Okay, next thing we will see results. In results, what we see after its failure what was its result? Result, we know very well that it was a failure. But what other results were there? Number one, we will see that Pakan lands were returned. Pakan lands were returned to the Chuars. Now no more the Chuars were entitled to pay the revenue or the land of that from that Pakan land. Anyway, so the Pakan lands were returned to the Chuars. After that, number two, we will see concession to zamindars. Zamindars were also given the concession. What kind of concession was given? The revenue was decreased. Okay, that type of the concession was given to zamindars. Number three, if we go to see relaxation in sunset law. Relaxation in sunset law, that as I've already told you that sunset law is the part of the permanent settlement system, and some stipulated a fixed time was there. Before the sunset of that particular date, the zamindars had to deposit the collected amount to the treasury of the British government. So here relaxation was given. A few more days were given to them, that you take, for example, 15 days more you take and collect the amount and deposit to us. These were the results. Question may be asked, you may write down in your copy that what were the results of the Chuar rebellion of 1798 to 1799. This question may be asked you to 2 marks. Now, next topic, that is characteristics. In characteristics, we will see that number one, exploitation of forest rights of Chuars. As I've already told you, during the period of Mughals, the Chuars had been given the important rights to use the forest resources. Okay, but once the colonial government came to India, all the forest rights had been confiscated. In my first class, I had told you that the Government Forest Act and Indian Forest Act were introduced. Okay, 1865 and 1878 respectively. So because of that Forest Act, the rights of the Chuars were confiscated, seized. Number one characteristics. Number two, auction system. Auction system was there. As I have already told you just now, permanent settlement system. The zamindars who became the defaulter could not pay the collected amount on stipulated time according to sunset law. Okay. the lands of the zamindars, defaulter zamindar, was snatched from that particular zamindar. Okay, and it was once again auctioned and given to another highest bidder zamindar. Okay, so this auction system was the important characteristics of Chuar rebellion. Number 3, dissatisfaction of Pax. Pax became dissatisfied. They were the poor people. Okay, and in service, when they became the security guards, when they were working for feudal lords, they used to get a plot of the land, rentless land they used to get. So that particular system was over. After that, involvement of deceived zamindars, those whose lands were confiscated. So this deceived lands, government had seized the lands from the zamindars. So these deceived or cheated zamindars also participated in the Chuar rebellion. One more question we will see. Midnapur. In Midnapur, there was a queen by the name of Rani Shiromani. She also participated in the another Chuar rebellion. She is known as Lakshmi Bai of Midnapur. This question may be asked to you. So till today, this much. But do not forget to post your comment. How have you liked this class? If you have any problem related to my lecture, send your comment. And other thing, we will see that labor very hard, study and take full advantage of this lockdown. Thank you very much. See you in next class. Thank you very much.